Welcome back to Infinifactory. Yeah, today we're going to be getting into our city hellscape area that we just got access to, and we're going to need to basically be grinding stuff up. Was it called grinder? Eviscerator, sorry. We're going to eviscerate things. Yeah, so we need to get basically monitors, and we're given something to break down. So we have to get rid of pretty much everything in here, apart from that block and that block. So we need to basically break this into two, which is fine. Let's get started and think about how we might do this. So first of all, I'm just going to basically grind all of that middle column. Okay, it's all going to go away. We're never going to need any of it, so that's all fine. Yes, I may have to go one for the back. Yeah, maybe that won't actually work until I'm one for the back. So let's just go one for the back. And then let's just put it there. Okay, so as this is going to get pushed forward by these conveyors, it's going to grind that middle thing entirely. Okay, so I'm going to just delete everything there. There we go. So that's hopefully going to work well. Let's just start it. Yep, that's going to work well. So then we have two things on each other side. We have stuff to get rid of, basically. If we just say, I want to grind both of those, there's a problem. If you remember at the end of the last episode, I did just that. It doesn't particularly work well. Let's just put, let's just put a conveyor belt here like this. And let's put down, I don't know, maybe it's probably going to be there, isn't it? A block there and a block there, and you think, hey, it's just going to drive all of those straight through here. Well, no. Because as soon as these blocks go away, gravity takes account of the situation and says, nope, you're going to drop down and get crushed. So what we have to do is, at the same time that we grind the things underneath, we're basically going to have to push that block out of the way. And that's not a problem to do. We're just going to have to move this a little bit first of all, because I can't get that with those in the way. So we are going to do the same thing. We are going to grind stuff. And we're going to grind both of the bottom ones at the same time. At least I'm going to try that. But then we're going to push them, I think. We're going to push the top one out of the way. And we need to push it at exactly the same time as these two get ground. So we're going to need to trigger that, and hopefully I will have a nice block to do it with. Yeah, so will this actually work if I just put, let's say, a block this way? Or yeah, let's just bring it all the way down here. Let's start it up. Cool, so now we have one of them being provided. Cool, that's going to work. Now we just have to solve the other side of things. So this is going to get pushed out, and then I need to get rid of both of those bottom two blocks, and I need to get rid of the top one. The top one's easy. Okay, so the top one, we are probably just going to be able to just put another grinder up here. And yep, there we go. And then maybe we're going to have to consider the bottom parts. So for those, what's going to happen? I'm going to just pause it there. We have this L-shaped piece. We need to get rid of the two bottom ones, and at the same time, again, push this block somewhere else. Now I can push it forwards, but that's going to be a problem. You see, if I push it forwards one block, that's not going to be far enough because it's going to fall down onto the other grinder that's just taking care of this front section. Because if we put, like, you know, for example, whoops, I need to just reset this, don't I? Yeah, I can't do that. If I put, you know, anything like this, it's going to grind both blocks. Fair enough. That's fine. Oh, well, hang on. No, maybe that will work. Let's just have a look. If I put it here, and let's say I put a grinding block down. Okay, it's going to get pushed, which is fine. Let's just put another conveyor down. Okay, so it's going to get pushed twice. Okay, now I need to be able to push that somewhere. Ideally, I'd like to push it onto this belt, but I can't because that's the direction of flow. So I need to shove it in a different direction entirely. Which means I'm probably going to have to shove it to this way, heading that direction. Which means I need to think about how to do that. I need to put a sensor somewhere to get a block sensor. And when that happens, then things are going to need to go forward. So maybe I just do something like this. And that's going to take it a little bit too far. How about there? What happens now? Yep, that's sort of better. And then I'm going to need to get a sensor block of some kind. Yeah, maybe. So what happens there? That's going to drop down. But if I get a sensor block here, you're going to output. And at this point, we should be able to basically grind everything below it. So we need to push them as well. Easiest way I can do that is actually by giving myself a little bit more room. I can't get rid of these. I needed them to actually divide this whole thing up. So I needed one more room behind to basically take off that bottom row. And that means I can do the same thing as I did here, but a little bit further across, I think. Whoops, not you. You. Whoop, not there. You. And then maybe, would it work with one here? With a block connector. How are you? Okay, that's almost right. All that we then pretty much need to do then is just get things connected that way and have this one turn, I think. Yes. Okay, how about if we speed things up? Does that still go up to maximum? What happens now? Yes, it still works. And I'm just going to turn the sound down a little bit. That seems a little bit loud. Sorry if you get your ears blasted off. Let's bring that down. That's the volume a little bit. How's that? Let's start it up again. That's a little bit better. So that is getting queued. So yeah, we should be fine with it. Let's see if I can speed it up. Okay. So very, very good on the cycle score. That's the minimum possible. Win. Footprint score is sort of good. There's someone who's got a smaller footprint slightly irritating me there. And then block score is a little bit too high. So let's just go back to play again. Is there anywhere I can actually remove blocks from this thing? I've already removed one down here. This conveyor isn't needed because it's never used. I wonder, can I actually, is there any useless blocks? I don't think there is, because we need all of those, and we definitely need those sensors, I think. Yeah, they're coming across at different stages, so we can't just share one sensor or anything. I guess, can we get rid of you? No. Definitely not. So that's not going to work. So yeah, I actually don't know where we could save any blocks here. I'm literally at minimum, so I don't know. Basically, comments down below. So we're done with that one, I think. An exit to sell. And we have a nice solution here. So 37, 33, 33. And that's the Eviscerator Block we were talking about. Eviscerators are capable of quickly destroying most types of blocks. Commonly used in mining, but they were originally designed and used as deleted. Probably killing colonists, you know, these particular overlords. So let's look at puzzle shuttle maintenance. Okay, create new solution. Okay, back to yet more city hellscape. Oh, and is this a new block? Did we get new blocks? No. So what is it saying down here? Interesting. So this is basically saying we can stop blocks with our pusher. Which is, yeah, oh no, hang on, blocker. We do have a new block. Okay, fine. And when it gets a signal, then it retracts. So it's basically the opposite of a pusher. Okay, I'm happy with that. All right, so what do we actually need to do here? Oh, this is like a shuttle or something. Yeah, it's a very blocky shuttle. It's like an original Star Trek one. And down here we have what it wants. Okay, what's the difference? Oh, does it need to have extra thrusters? There's 3 on that side. And how many on this side? 3. Interesting. What do we need to do here? Am I missing something obvious? I probably am. Let's just start it up and let's bring this stuff down here. And so let's take a look. Oh, hang on. There it goes. Yes, so these are wrong. So we need to replace the engines, basically. It looks like. And of course, we need to replace them on both sides, not just one. Start that again. So in they come. And yes, so we're going to have to strip those out. Now, stripping those out, as far as, getting rid of them to start off with, is probably really quite easy. Let's just actually just put some blocks here. Not that one. Put a couple on there. And then how about just basically deleting them like this? Okay, well that bit seems easy enough. How about, however, how we attach them at the other end? Whether we can actually weld them all. You see how this one sticks out the back? That might be a bit more problematic than everything else. If we could weld them into threes like this, might work, but I'm not sure if that's compact enough to actually fit in this space. But then at the same time, yeah, it's basically giving us right before they're due to be delivered. So we may have to route those going this way and then sort of think about attaching them. Oh, wait, there's a new guy.
Well, that was a pain in the ass. Let's run it again and see what happens. Oh, what the hell? One of the inputs must be jammed. This is bloody ridiculous. I don't see anything. Oh, maybe it's a bit farther back. Oh, wait. Was I even pushing the right button? Ah! Oh, no.
Yes, never crawl inside industrial machinery without locking off the controls. Completely locking them off with some kind of physical lock. Anyway, so yeah, we have to deal with these. And they are coming out, thankfully, in the same orientation, so we don't have to turn them, but we do have to move them somewhere. So I guess they're going to have to come out, and we have to consider basically splitting them as you normally would, and then welding them into place. So what I was just thinking of is, can we, because there's nothing sticking up above this thing, so if we have, let's say, something like this, we can have some kind of welding bridge maybe. And I'll decide where I'll put that later. But for now, let's just put... you have to have two of them connected, though. That's the only thing about welders. So we can't have them connected that way. Do we have vertical welders? Yeah, we do. Easily, anyway. There we go. So we've got a couple of welding sort of setups there. And then if we just bring in, let's just look at bringing in one side rather than two sides. So there, maybe? Okay. And what happens here? It won't stop welding them, unfortunately. So we got, I need to actually put a block in right there. What happens now? So let's bring this thing along. So there's one, there's two, which is welded. There's three, which is welded. There's four, which is welded. Okay, that's fine. It welds the sides, but not necessarily the actual blocks themselves. So how about we put them like this then? What happens now? Okay, bring them in. Yeah, obviously they're going too fast. And it's obviously welded to the wrong point. They need to be welded only to the back as it's actually passing. So we need to basically either delay them or figure out how to actually do that. So yeah, as it actually gives you this diagram, you can expect that it's going to need the blocker to stop things from going through. I.e., when the ship comes through, we only want to let a block through into the welding section when it. So maybe I have, I don't know, something like. Let's just put a belt down. And let's just put a blocker sort of here. Oops, that's not a blocker. That's a blocker. Here. So it's going to stop those from getting welded until we get a sensed signal. And why don't we just have it like here? Okay. And then only when the front passes this point, so 2 in front, does it let anything through. So no welding at all is going on. Okay, stop. Oops. Yeah, it's not going to like that. We need to slow that down or deal with it in some other way. Let me just slow it down before I consider remaking this thing, but slowing it down. Okay, so that's 1 coming in, 7 stopped. 2 coming in and stopped. Okay, so we clearly need a slightly different timing, but the principle should actually work. Except that obviously that's in the wrong place. It'll get blocked if we actually put it there. So we've got to put it maybe facing downwards. Yeah, we don't have an upward facing sensor, so down is going to have to do. Put it there, something along those kind of lines. Let's run that. Fast forward. Whoops. Wrong place. There we go. Now that should sense. Okay, so that's getting hit 1 too far back. So maybe what I think we can probably do then is maybe move this block out by 1. And let's see what happens if I do that. So then we can just connect it back up with cable. Okay, so it's in the right place. It's just blocking things from going through. And let's just basically give things a little bit more time. So that just means basically more belt. Alright, so that's going to block it. And in it comes. Nope, that's still off. So we do actually need to consider a slightly different solution. So here you'll see, basically I've got the timing a little bit better. The sensor has to be on the other side here, and I've just got a few welders just while I'm doing some testing. So there's the basically the blocker, and that's going to come around, and you'll see it stop, and the next one will come around, but that's not in the right place yet. But you'll see that's basically welded in the right place on the shuttle. So that's where the start of it needs to go as far as the sensor positioning versus the blocker and stuff like that. So now we're just going to figure out basically how to connect 3 blocks together, and then how to separate 2 lots of 3 blocks and get those into the right place. Okay, feels a little bit dodgy. Maybe this is meant to be a lot more efficient than this, but all I've got here is basically we're going to weld them together first rather than welding them together at the bottom. Other than to weld them basically to the shuttle itself, we don't care about them other than that. So other than that, what we may actually want to do, just to maybe lower footprint a little bit, is to get rid of these 2 shuttle pods right at the last minute. They're going to be coming along, and I don't actually need these blocks other than to attach our eviscerators to. So I have an eviscerator running that way, and that is fine, I think. Yeah, because it's held by the other side. Okay, so that can go away. So both of these blocks, and I'm going to have some kind of support blocks on this side, unfortunately. But yeah, I guess we'll just have them like this. Okay, seems fine. And let's just get rid of them down there. Okay, as I was saying, we've got them welded together in a block 3. Same thing you've seen before, previous episodes. This is going to cause that to happen, even at maximum rate. They're going to get pulled across here as soon as they hit this. So almost as soon as they're welded, they get pulled sideways. This is because basically you don't have time. These blocks need to drop into place right when this first shuttle is coming through. You have no time to waste. So I'm going to have to drop them. And as I drop them, it's going to pass a sensor on the drop, which is then going to trigger this to push on the next one. So this is probably heavily input rate dependent. Let's see whether it actually works with my changes to just basically eviscerate these at the last minute. So first pod coming across, and the second one's coming across and getting welded. And nope, that's not going to work because the second shuttle comes along, and well, there's a problem. Yeah, we don't have enough pods. Of shuttle pods, that is. See the second one? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, the second one is going to get missed. Yeah. Okay. Well, the ratios of this is such that we need things to go faster than they are. I'm not sure how we can actually get them to go faster. Stop. How about lowering the input rate? Will that actually change the input rate of the shuttles? Seems to, doesn't it? Look at that. So there's the first pod. And obviously the timing of the pods are off now. But that has actually changed the number of shuttles coming in. Interesting. So if that's the first pod coming in, and that needs to be a little bit later. Yeah, it's going to actually reject. That's fine. So maybe I have to play with this input rate a little bit. Let me just bring that around and see what we can do as far as that's concerned. Otherwise, it assembles things, just not fast enough. So the first thing I thought of was to have a blocker blocking the shuttle before it even comes in. So that will just work like this. But if I just pause that for a second, you see all of them are piled back like this. And when we do it, there's a bit of an issue. Because if this thing retracts, because this is now a continuous block, it can never extend again. Now, the other option is that you maybe sort of block it right here. So sort of you're blocking the engine pod from going any further. And then you do have one more space to make it go back again. So I guess we can just give that a try. Whoops, let's turn that off again. So to do that, we're just going to get a block here like this. And then our sort of blocker. And then we can just remove that. And there we go. So that's blocking anything from coming into the whole array. Stopping. And then it waits for both of our welding blocks. That comes through. But you'll see it still doesn't extend again. Because there is still a block up here. So instead, let's just try moving that down. I can't think of where else we're going to put this apart from blocking the whole thing itself. So we want to, I think, move that and put it there just to make things a little bit shorter. And then we're going to run a cable around the back, and then we're going to stop the actual carriage, the main sort of shuttle when it comes in, and via a blocker as well. So we need to stop that from moving in. So I guess we're going to see where that's actually positioned. Not a pusher, a blocker. Okay, and then we can just run, for now, cable around the back or underneath, perhaps. So more importantly, of course, we'll move all these blocks later. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there we go. So you are going to extend. And that should stop it. Whether it stops it in the right place is something else entirely. So let's watch them come in. Okay, and... okay, so that's fixed the first one, but the second one comes in after it. So maybe we need to block both of them, basically. So once the first one comes in, the other one gets triggered to have it basically have a pusher block. Maybe, you know, one of these 6 pusher blocks here. So that would mean from the same sensor, when a block passes it, we know that there's something else going on back here. So we can just stop things, maybe. Is that going to be soon enough if I put it the sort of, I don't know, like here? Is it that going to be where it is? Yeah, if I put it like there, is that going to be soon enough? I just put some more cable down. Okay, and let's watch that happen, or not. So, in it comes. And it's still not fixing things because everything else is still queuing up behind it. That's really annoying, and I'm not sure how we can fix that other than adjust the input rate so that these don't come in that fast. So if I just bring the input rate down to 0, i.e. standard, what happens? One comes in, gets basically formed. It's been welded in the wrong place. So I need to solve that one. Yeah, let me solve a few things. Back in a second. I think I've cracked it. I think. Okay. Again, it will likely need to be optimized. We can probably move all of this back a touch. But for now, this is going to work, I think. So let's start it up. You'll see the block's going to come in as normal. I'm on +1 input rate. So let's just see if it works on this first. So welding into groups 3. And then it comes. And I'll stop it right there. So right now it's uncontrolled. You'll see just basically all the stuff coming in. And then we've got this pusher block here, which should get triggered when this block gets hit, which means when one of these things drop down. Okay, so as soon as that drops down, There it is. So that's going to stop the next one from coming in. So when I compress this, that's going to help as far as stopping the next ship. This has now is about to hit a block. Okay, so there is basically something stopping it as far as this is concerned. In fact, let me just reset this. You see, there's this block right here. When it gets triggered, you'll see what happens in a second. There we go. So it basically only lets this thing go as soon as the last module passes by, basically, at which point it opens. Now this is more a matter of timing than anything else. By just moving these blocks around, what we could get this to do is act as a hold. So it could basically block the shuttle entirely, and then both blocks, side engines will come in and get welded at the same time. In either case, it's going to open, and I'm just going to leave it like that for now. So I'm going to bring that in. Okay, and how about the next one? Will it actually hit it? No, it's not hitting it right now, so it's not really actually doing all that much. It's just being actually working through just basic timing. Let's increase the input rate. Let's see if it can actually deal with full speed. May not, because I may need to adjust the timing. That's not terribly good. This pusher block is shoving stuff out of the way. Only thing you need to do for that kind of thing is basically to block the other side. So it basically can't shove any ships out of the way. So let's just block that off. So, in fact, no, we can't put that block there because that's where it's dumping stuff. It has to come on one further over if we're going to do that, which means doing something like this. Okay. Should still work, I hope. No, that's definitely not working. So yeah, if we're going to increase the input rate, we're going to have to do something about that. But let's just bring the input rate back down to +1, and let's get a reading for this block. In fact, yeah, it's not triggering because this is in the wrong place now. Let's just try it with that actually corrected. So if I put that there, then this should be in the same relative place. It might be one block later. That's the only slight problem here. So. Yep, so that is one block later, so we have to adjust the timing as far as that's concerned. So maybe move this up by 1. Are you going to work there? Let's give this a go. So 1 in. Yep, there it goes. So both engines are going to go. It's letting the next one in and extending. So it is acting as a guard, it's just not in particularly the right place at the moment. But that is sort of helping this be a production line and not just random timing. Let's leave that alone. Let's see what our score is when I fast forward. Okay. Our cycle score, 145, pretty low. There is lower, however. Footprint score is entirely too big, and we know that. It's not optimized. And block score, again, is too big. So play again. And let's input the maximum input rate again. Let's see what happens. How far off is this? Okay, so that's fine as far as those are concerned. Okay, that is now acting as a guard. Oh, no, hang on. It's still pushing those out of the way. How can you even push those out of the way? Let's watch right here. How are you pushing the next ship? How is that even working? Oh, it's not. It's not. What is it there? Oh, have I got another guard I've got to remove? Yeah, this is our other guard, and that's pushing the other way. So if I just put one there, that should solve that problem. Okay, I can remove one of the guards, no doubt. Which I'm going to need to, because that's not working. Let me just adjust this finally, and hopefully I can get the maximum input rate, which should shorten our cycle time well, to as short as possible, really, at this point. And here we are with a smaller setup. Now I've saved quite a lot of footprint, and I certainly have saved a lot of block score. Basically, I got rid of the sensors. I abandoned the the ambition of running it at maximum rate. I can't find a way of keeping them separate in any meaningful way without running like lots of separators all the way back along, all the way down to here where it starts. And basically it will keep everything separate that way, basically whenever something passes a block over here. So maybe that's the only way to actually do it. If anyone knows any different way, put it in the comments. Otherwise, this actually just works on timing, so you don't actually need any of the sort of wonderful stuff that we had going, which means I can probably delete some more blocks. and get that going as well. So we need that tower basically for all of this. So I need to think about where I actually attach this all to. Those are pushers, and can I get rid of you? I think I can. And you. And maybe we just put a block down there. Gets rid of that one. And then maybe the same thing this side. Get rid of this one. Is that it? Does that work the same way? Maybe. Let's give it a go. Yep, there he goes. So let's fast forward it. Okay, so we're again slightly slower than our best, but yeah, our footprint is a little bit lower still. We're getting very much down towards the small end, and the same thing here for block score. So I'm quite happy with that. And let's head on. So I think that's pretty much it for today's episode. There's going to be some more. Up until now, I've been doing one of these sort of chapters, if you like, per episode. But it's getting a bit more complicated to think about. So yeah, maybe I'll show you the next one. And then there are basically 3 puzzles left, whether we can fit them all in the next episode. But let's just take a look at the next one. Oversight Terminal Model 6. And what have we got here? Anything new? Okay, so it looks like another deconstruction one. I imagine. Let's turn it on. Oh no, it is a construction one. We're pretty much making the broken version of what we had to deconstruct previously. Is there any guy out here? No failure guy? Failure guy anywhere? No. None up here? Why is all that room even up there? Don't know. We definitely need to go this way. Fine, no failure guy. Anyway, we just need to assemble stuff, put it together, welding, and yeah, that's 3 separate components. And we need to basically do pairs of 2 for the keyboards, triplets of 3 for the main block, and then blocks of 6 for the monitors. That's going to be interesting. Do these all come out in the right ratios in terms of time? Because if they don't, that means we're going to have a waiting system that gets everything sorted. So let's just pause there. So we've got 3 blocks out there, and we've already got 5 blocks here and then 2 here. So roughly, you might need a bit of customization, but we've got them sort of the right sequence. So that's gonna have to wait till the next episode. Hopefully you enjoyed this nice little puzzling game. It certainly causes a lot of head scratching in between the clips I'm recording. Let's put it that way. Anyway. If you've got comments, put it down below. Click on the like button if you've liked the episode and you're playing along yourself. If you could get any better solutions, put in the comments. Otherwise, click on the bell for notifications for more episodes, and we'll see you next time for some more Infinifactory. As always, guys, thanks for watching.